problem 4 from the quiz from chapter 4, 4.1 through 4.4, quadratic functions in different forms. And it says I need to factor this completely. So I have this big trinomial here, and I want to factor it out. The first thing I'm going to do before I start trying to factor this is I'm going to pull out the largest monomial that I possibly can to make my trinomial simpler. And looking at this, I can see that 10, 58, and 40 are all divisible by 2. And I also can pull out a u cubed, because this is u to the 4th, and that's u to the 5th. So if I pull out 2u cubed, I am left with 5u squared minus 29u plus 20. A much more manageable trinomial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the surefire method to factor my trinomial. So I have a 5 and I have a 20. So 5 times 20 gives me 100. And I need to know what two factors of 100, when I add them together, will give me negative 29. Well, certainly 5 and 20 don't do it. That gives me 25 or 15 or something like that. But 4 and 29, 4 and 25 in some form or another, they multiply those two together, I get to 100. And if I combine them, I'm going to get to negative 29 if they're both negative. So I can now rewrite my trinomial. First, don't forget my 2u cubed. Can't forget about that. I'm going to rewrite my trinomial as 5u squared minus 25u minus 4u minus plus 20. All I did was change my negative 29u into negative 25u and negative 4u. Now, I want to make that a bracket. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to group this. So I'm going to group this one, and I'm going to group that one. And when I group the second one, if there is a negative sign here, I have to remember to change the sign of the second term inside that binomial, because I want to end up with a positive 20. So I have to have a negative sign times a negative sign to give me a positive 20. Well, now what can I do with this? I don't want to forget my 2u cubed. Here's 2u cubed. And I'll keep my brackets. And out of this first binomial, I think I will pull out a 5u. That would leave me with u minus 5. So 5u times u is 5u squared, and 5u times negative 5 is minus 25u. That one looks pretty good. Minus, out of this one here, I think I'll pull out a 4. 4 times, what do you know? u minus 5. Now I have my common factors. I can do my distributive property in reverse. So I have, don't forget your 2u cubed. You can keep a bracket if you want. And I have my u minus 5 right here, which I pulled out, times 5u minus 4. And that is the answer. That is this problem completely factored.